It sounds almost a cliche, but it seemed like a no-brainer. Looking at it economically, it made sense. Looking at it from an environmental impact, it made sense. And in fact, working with West Yorkshire Electrical, and due to the unit cost of electricity, it looked like payback was going to be in less than 5 years. Now, when we'd looked previously, that was looking at 10 years or beyond. And nowadays, even with the cost of electricity now, it's still looking like a less than 5-year payback. We'd been recommended to speak to Jamie at West Yorkshire Electrical by a surveyor that we trust that came and surveyed the house. We got in touch, really easy to speak to, really easy to get a quote. They took time to understand what we wanted, our typical usage, what we were going to do with the roof, and how we consumed electricity. Jamie then came back with a proposal. The way West Yorkshire approached this was they came up with a design, and as part of the design it included an estimation on how much electricity was going to be generated throughout the year. It took into account shading, it took into account location, it took into account power orientation, and if I'm honest, it's actually underplaying some of the generation. Our first month of generation was more than the peak that was predicted, so I think the team actually use the lower range to make sure that people aren't disappointed when it comes to getting the return on investment. As part of the installation, Jamie and the team also made sure we were set up with a couple of apps, and then that allows us to simply see what energy we're using. Again, Jamie and the team talked us through everything that this app could do, and it's actually helpful in managing your energy usage on a day-to-day basis and making decisions as to whether to turn on the dishwasher and the washing machine, for example. Our experience with the team was excellent, outstanding. I know that sounds effusive in its praise, but they were professional, they were courteous, they were timely. They always tidied up. They always looked for the best way to do something. Not the quickest way and not the easiest way, they always found the best way. No one looks inside a consumer unit, it's not something you typically do. But the attention to detail, every piece of wiring inside the consumer unit was beautifully shaped. The level of detail and the professionalism, and I'm going to say the passion that they had for their job and doing the right thing was fantastic. If you are a large consumer of electricity, then I would say you definitely need to look at this, because you'll find that the more you consume and the more you self-consume, the quicker the payback period is going to be. And as I've mentioned, for us it was less than 5 years.